Hello and welcome once again, fellow girls, guys and gaming fans. This is Small Archangel. Welcome back to Rising World Survival. Though we just need to do a lot more building than surviving at this point in the game, of course. Come on, break the block. This is our castle build, though of course what I'm doing at the moment doesn't look very castly, but basically since the last episode, when we built our bridge, which is just over there, I have been breaking blocks. I've been gathering stone. Oops, I've left a rather random lump of it there. And gathering stone together, but also sort of trying to level off the landscape a little bit. I've also, let me just go to a vantage point so we can see this. I've also extended the island somewhat. See, there's loads of stone here I can mine out. There we go. So you can see it's a little bit more even on both sides. Oh, it looks like I've messed up the water a little bit. What a surprise there. So I'm going to have to sort that out as well. It's extremely difficult actually to get the water just the right level because you really can't see it that clearly, but I can see a hole in it from here. So I'm going to have to sort that out at some point as well. But our island is now a bit more even on both sides of our bridge. And we've got a hole in the bridge there in case you didn't see the last episode because it's going to be a drawbridge and I'm not absolutely sure till we make the drawbridge how that's going to fit in there. So I didn't want to waste the blocks at the time. Now I've gathered a load of, we've got a kind of a chest full, well not quite a chest full, but we've got quite a bit of stone. I've got a few more pieces here and quite a bit of dirt that I've gathered up as well. And I've also been gathering seeds while I've been sort of doing a bit of mining and land leveling as well here. There we go. All these silly spiky bits sticking up. We'll have those first and foremost. There we go. And levelling this path off gradually as well, because that's going to be our main track away from the castle. So that's going to take a lot of levelling, because that's a great big lump there. So that's basically where I'm taking my stone from at the moment, mostly, is to level the land off. And whoops, fallen down my own trap. And so here we go. Let's see. We've got all of this stone here, so that's quite a lot of stone, really. I'm just going to put this dirt in here. And I'm also going to place, let's just put them down here. All these seedlings. We've got carrots, we've got seedlings as well. We've got some grass there, we've got a few tomatoes. And then we'll take, no, can I have this please? Okay, for some reason that's kind of doing odd things. Because I've got half a stack, I think. There we go, so we've got loads of the stuff now. Alright, and we will turn that into blocks now. I just need to remind myself of what blocks we're using here. Yep, this is our bridge, and we're using these sort of large-ish stone blocks. Because what we're going to do today, and again, I can't see ever so well from here because it's a bit flat. We could do with being a few feet taller, but what we're going to do today is kind of plan out where our walls are going to go. So these are probably going to get a tad in our way actually, so but I can't really move them for the moment, so we might just have to leave some gaps in there. So I've got a rough plan of how I want the castle to go. So we're going to just set the groundwork so that we know where our walls are, and I don't quite know really how this is going to sort of. Have we got that set in our favourites? We do actually, yeah. Okay, so let's just make a few of those because we know, don't we? We know that we're gonna get, there's a few there as well. Nice. Yeah, we know we're gonna get through a lot of these. So we're gonna have a gatehouse after we come through our trapdoor here. Our trapdoor. I keep calling it a trapdoor because that's basically what it is at the moment. Our drawbridge here. We're gonna basically have a gatehouse. So where is? Okay, here they are. And it's going to be broadly square, which is why I need to extend this bit. But obviously we're going to have our gatehouse here first, because this land cuts away a bit here, but that shouldn't be a problem. First of all, I think we'll just extend our bridge by a few blocks here to make sure, whoops, that isn't a problem. What did I do? 3 blocks. There we go. And that just gives us an area. We'll probably make the bridge just a teensy bit longer. And then we'll have our gatehouse from here. And the gatehouse is going to have to be a bit wider than the actual bridge. So let's just... We did that. So it's 3 blocks on either side. Let's make sure it's nice and even. This is not going to be a very big castle. So the gatehouse is not going to be ever so big. We've got 1 block there, and then if we make that 5 blocks, then we've got fairly small gatehouse like so. And again, it's going to be kind of difficult to see this because we can't really see the grass. So I'm actually going to cut the grass, but I planted grass here partly because we'd have to get rid of grass anyway, and partly because that way we've got some grass that we can then replant. And that way we're clearing grass from the bit where we're actually making our castle, so it's sort of, we can see the castle kind of all the clearer then, I guess, because we've got grass out of the way. There we go. And is that going to be, yeah, that's probably going to be about wide enough, so we'll just do that. So there's our little gatehouse. It's only literally for, for us to have a big old portcullis kind of gate in there. And again, I'm not absolutely sure how many blocks wide that gate is, so I'm not sure if it's going to fit wonkily to one side or something annoying. It might do, for all I know. And then from here, this is basically going to be... Actually, we might need to make that a little bit bigger, just because I need my walls to go over here. And actually, the widest point is way forward of that. So, I don't know. You have to build your castle according to the land you've got, even if you've made the land yourself, I guess. So we might have to make our walls just a little bit kind of uneven. It happens in real life as well, or just, not that big. Okay, I'm going to make my gatehouse just a little bit bigger, more like that maybe, or yeah, just one more should do it. No. There we go. And then we'll have our walls for the castle kind of coming out from here. And actually it can go really quite a long way out there. I'll just step out of the way of that. There we go. That's kind of 18. And that'll go back the other way. And we might even be able to put another one there. Except we've run out of blocks there. Give us more blocks. There we are. And let's just see what that looks like if we put 18 off in the opposite direction as well. 18, there we go. And that just gives an idea of where it is. So actually we'll probably be able to just move these blocks in here. And then they'll be out of the way. So let's just do that. Okay. Let me just place that shelter now. I don't need my sickle for the minute. So we'll place our shelter kind of here. Wow, that takes a while. And then we don't have to move the chest, because of course the chest is the biggest pain. Because it's got all the stuff in it and can't move it unless we've taken everything out of the chest. But this is going to be outside the walls, so it's no biggie. Placing saw bench. We might, I don't know, I might make use of this bit of land here. Maybe this will be our farm here eventually. I'm not entirely sure. I want a farm here, obviously, but it's probably going to be, yeah, it might have to be sort of, just bring that there, it'll be fine, I'm sure. It might have to be, yeah, outside the walls rather than inside the walls, because as I say, it's not going to be a huge place, this. And we can obviously go a bit further in this direction as well, especially if we move our block furniture bench or whatever the heck it's called there. Let's see, can we go, I'd like it to be symmetrical if it can. If it can. Let's see, how many more can we go that way credibly? By about that, probably, really. So that was 20 blocks then. So another couple in this direction. There we are. And we'll work out where our sort of, where our doorways in and out are going to be when we, get further down the line. For the moment, I just want a rough notion of where all our walls are going to be. And then we want walls going straight back in this direction. Now, we might put some towers in this thing as well, but it's going to be a little while. That's as many blocks I've got. And thankfully, because we've made it nice and level, that means that actually we're going to be able to see all our blocks. They're not just going to disappear under the ground. Okay. Now, how many blocks was that? I have no idea. Let's just count them back again. I wasn't paying attention. Well, obviously it was more than 28. Okay, here we go. It was 43. 43. So then we make 43, 44, 5, 8, 9, 50. Right, let's see if we can go 50 from the opposite end, and we should do. It's just this front end that's a little bit on the uneven side. So where's the end of this one? And we want to go 50 blocks in this direction. Ooh, do you know what? That's going to be tight, actually. Wow, okay. We may or may not be able to do that. It's not very level. So I may have to actually take out a couple there. There we go, especially if we want to make some some towers. Where's the other one gone? I'm going to have a lot of grass to take out here now. There we go. Right, and then these should meet in the middle. There we go, and we haven't got many of these left. And then I think we're all out and we're going to have to get some more. But it's kind of dark now anyway, so what I might do, I might take the sickle and cut some grass overnight. I mean, yeah, in a way I'd quite like to, let's just take all the grass out properly. There we go. In a way I'd quite like to, you know, do this when it's light, or do everything when it's light, but I'd rather, you know, do the videoing when it's light and this while it's dark, because the days are all too short as it is. So I'm gonna make some more blocks so we can finish this off. Favorites, not that one, this one, voila. And we're gonna, no, I don't want my grass, let's have the blocks, and let's just finish this bit off, and then I'm gonna do some grass cutting off camera, because that's a bit boring. And they fit together. Oh my word, they do not fit together. That is really annoying. Okay, well, no biggie. Let's just do that and take out this one. It's fine, it's straight, it's cool. We're good. Alright guys, so I will see you in the morning, and hopefully by that point I will clear the grass out of the middle of our castle, so we'll be able to see what we're dealing with, and then we're going to map it out a little bit more thoroughly. Yeah, so we can see sort of where the keep's going to be, if we're going to place some towers, and all of that kind of thing. And once we've got it mapped out, then we can, you know, we can start sort of building various parts of it. Well, it was a long job, but I finally got it done. We've got all the grass taken out of here now, so we can see more clearly the area that we're dealing with. And I don't think we're going to lack for grass if we want to plant some more or replant some. And I've put it in the second page of our chest along with our saplings. I've actually got 6 spruce saplings here, which I think would be a good idea if we planted, because that's basically going to be our tree farm. And they're quite slow growing, so we probably ought to plant them up sort of now, and we'll plant them fairly close together, kind of here. And the reason I'm using spruce, apart from the fact that I think you get quite a lot of wood from them, is the fact that obviously in this biome they're pretty easy to spot. So I'm gonna be able to see them from miles away. I'm gonna know exactly which is my tree farm and not just some wild sort of spawning trees, because I do like to have some trees around and about. They look nice. Okay, so now we've got our basic area here. Now, what every castle needs, we've got our gatehouse, and yeah, it's gonna be here, isn't it? Really, that is where it's gonna be, up to there. So that's our little gatehouse, which isn't the main thing, obviously. We're gonna want our keep, and our keep is gonna be back at this end here. I had thought maybe of putting the keep smack bang in the middle, but that kind of wastes a bit of space. But what I'm also wanting to do, and we're going to have to do that kind of, I don't think I've got space on the outside here. What I'd really like to do is make it so that we can actually run around inside the walls, which means making a corridor of probably at least a couple, which means that we'd have this much less space, beg your pardon, all the way around. Now, I'm not entirely convinced if we can afford that. It would be really nice if we could do that, but I'm not sure. Let's see, if we take, for example, I would like to be able to access these corridors from inside our gatehouse. You see that kind of, yeah, we can't do that there because it's we've sort of run out of space, and it's sort of, we could build it up a little bit, I suppose, if we wanted to do that. Yeah, we could do, let's just do that. So I'm going to do, whoops, that for the time being, and then we're going to take that from here. So our corridor will go on from there then, which is kind of confusing, but we'll just have to make sure we do the same on the other side. There we go, and we're just going to do a little bit of that for the moment, just to see if that's actually feasible. Obviously this is going to go into our area again here, our crafting area, but that's okay. It doesn't matter over much at this point. We're just going to put that there and see what it looks like. And then obviously that's going to go out to the end of here as well, and we could, on this side, we've got plenty of space, we could actually run that all the way around and then round this corner, and I don't think it matters too much if it's, you know, really not symmetrical. I'm not sure quite how bothered I am about it being symmetrical, so I'll leave that for now, but I would like this to go sort of all the way around. So I suppose this one, we need some more blocks. What I would like is, yeah, I would like to see how much space that actually leaves us here. So we're gonna make some more of those favorites, and 2 lots of them. There we go. So we'll see how much space that leaves us, and as I say, we can build on the outside of the wall. It won't be very symmetrical, but I guess we could probably live with that. Now, we've got space outside the walls to build this one. We probably do, actually. Well, actually, I'm not sure if we do on this side. Let's see. Again, I might have to build it up a little bit, but it would help if we could, like that. I think we probably can. Oops, we ran out again. And that's just going to give us more space, because I say it's not going to be a big castle, but we don't want it to feel too silly cramped in here either. There we go. And it's not going to be a very big, whoops, it's not going to be a very big corridor around here either. And at this end, are we going to be going around the outside here? I haven't quite decided yet, so yeah. So that still gives us a really big space in here, actually. So I think I'll go with being symmetrical, and we'll have our corridor here on the inside. I do like symmetry. There we go. And we'll just cut these 2 out. And I've got some more grass cutting then to do. We've got a bit more ground leveling stuff. So we don't really need to worry about leveling so much, because what we really need, we just need to put some more blocks in there, really. Okay, so make yet more blocks, and then we've got to plan out the buildings within the castle walls. So I'm just gonna make some more of those. Oh yeah, we've run out of stone. We haven't really, we've got a load in here. There we go. Let's just, yeah. There we go. We've just made an absolute ton of them, so we should be fine to finish this job off now. There we are. Now, did I make this on the, yeah, we did, we made this on the inside, this side, so let's just go to here, and then that's going to be like that, isn't it? And we've kind of got it like that. That's cool. Okay, let me just move this block bench, because that's the only one that's really in my way. Okay, so now we've got, I think, all our walls kind of sorted out, so they're more or less straight. I will just grab some more of these, and we'll just even this out. So here we're going to need some more to level that out. I can't really see from this side if that's done the trick. I think it has. And then we've got another corner. I think this corner over here is all right, and then we've got the front left-hand corner, which isn't level. And then I think we're about done. And what I would like as well, Whether it'll work out right or not, I don't know. But what I would like as well is some, we're going to do that as well. I would like some towers actually on each side, on each corner, and we've got 4 corners. So I guess for that we're probably going to need. This is the level of our floor right here, so this doesn't matter if that's not level. We can put flooring blocks in there and we're good. But yeah, I would like a tower on each corner, and ideally I guess I would like those towers to be kind of hexagonal, which means we're probably going to need some blocks that are triangular. Let's get some more stone and then make a few of those, see if that works out. Okay, let's get the diagonal blocks. I know they're in here somewhere. There we go. Let's just make a load of those because, again, we're going to need loads of those. And then we'll start out with... Oh, no. There we go. We'll start out with the ones on this side. So, I'm going to need this to be... Oh, that kind of was it, actually. Do we want them like, for example, that? Would that work on that side? Oops, and then we'll need for like this, I guess. Oh, yeah, something like that. And like that. There we go. And then on the inside, because that would come out this way, and I don't know, maybe like that. I mean, I don't think that's entirely square, but it's not far off actually. I think that might be just about perfect. Let's just... Yeah, actually we don't need to do anything, do we? I mean, if we build that up from there, that's going to be more or less right, and that's going to probably look pretty groovy. So all we need to do is repeat that on each of the 4 corners, and then we've got the basis of our towers. Excellent. There we go. That's all the towers. We'll keep those diagonal blocks because we're going to need some of those elsewhere in our build as well. I still haven't clipped the grass, hey ho, we'll do that, I'll do that eventually, but right now I want to just make sure that we've got an idea of where stuff's going to go. So we're going to stick with the symmetrical theme, which means that our keep is going to be middle and center, and it doesn't have to be, I mean, we've got a wall here now, so we've got a defensive perimeter wall, so it's still going to feel pretty secure. And there's no kind of, the only mobs in the game at the moment are sort of bears and what have you. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my, they're not really going to be breaching our fortress, so it's just for immersive purposes here. So I'm not going to take up the whole of this, I'm basically going to build it in the middle, so let's just see what we've got to deal with. In terms of block space, we've got the... Okay, give me a full stack and then I can count them. We have got 44. That's nice and even, actually. That's nice and even. So, if we've got 44, then if I leave like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on each side, possibly, and then make it that kind of width. Let's just see what that looks like. We've got 1 there, for example. Have I done that right? Let me just check. 8, correct. And let's just see if that looks right or if it's even too big. But it's going to be our main living area, so we want it to be fairly generously sized. Yeah, and then we've got space down either side, which is good as well. I've only got kind of a fairly rough idea of how this is going to be. This is going to pan out. 4, 5 perhaps? Do we want it to come out that far? Let's just hit and see. Yeah, that's going to be a fairly big keep actually, and that's going to be a fairly big courtyard. That might be a little bit too big actually. Let's just take 2 blocks off that. After all, our keep's going to be a tower. It doesn't need to be absolutely enormous because it's going to be a tower. Okay, so there we go. And I've got these randomly not very well stacked here. So we've got a tower that's basically 22 by whatever it is wide. It's wider than it is deep. I don't suppose that matters over much, but I might decide to make it a tad narrower. We've got more room for kind of outbuildings down the sides if we decide we want to put them there. The towers are only going to be small, but I'm only planning on having ladder access to the battlements. Yes, there will be battlements. And then I might just make this a little bit more sort of fancy by putting kind of buttressed corners and stuff on it as well. But that's basically where it's going to be. Then we are going to have some outbuildings on both sides, again being a little bit symmetrical here. This is going to be the tower. There's going to be an entrance to the tower kind of here, I hope. Can we put doors on a diagonal? We might have to have our entrances not in the tower specifically, but into the walls itself. That doesn't matter, that's okay. But bearing in mind that that might be the case, we're going to need to leave a bit of space here between the tower and our buildings. So I'll just leave a few blocks and we'll just put one there and see if that's okay. And then see how many blocks wide we can make this. Can we do that? And is that going to be enough? Because I want a clear space here as well. So between the edge of here, which is kind of here, we probably want at least 4 blocks, probably more like half a dozen. So there we go. Is that going to be a big enough space? Possibly, possibly not. Maybe we don't need it to be quite that big. But we can make it sort of probably fairly deep. So let's just see how we go. So that's 6 blocks deep. Oops. There we go. And we're going to have 2 of these, one on either side. And oops. Oh, that's got a little bit wrong. There we go. We'll do that. Alright, and one of these is going to be a smithy, and the other one is going to be I don't know actually. We have 2 of them, and we could perhaps put our smelter in one of them, and a load of chests and storage and stuff, and all of our benches and that in the other one. But that's looking a little bit on the small side at the moment to me. So I'm going to have entrances into our walls here, and then we're going to be able to run around inside the walls here. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we don't need it to be too clear of this. Let's just make this a little bit, whoops, larger on both sides by doing this. Just because it looks a little bit on the small side at the moment. And we can tweak this later on if we need to anyway. As I say, we could sort of maybe put some buildings down here, but I don't know, I'd quite like to have some gardens in the place as well, really. So, okay, and then we're going to have a symmetrical one on the other side. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to go from there to kind of here. I don't know, where are we at? How many? Here, 7 from the corner. Oh, 6, 7. There. Oops, kind of like that, I think. There we go. So I would like to have some courtyard space in the middle here, which we've got lots of, which is great, so that we can actually build something in the middle as well, kind of like a well or something like that. And as I say, maybe possibly have a farm in here somewhere, although the farm might have to be here, kind of outside the walls. Oh, we never did finish that. There we go, we did now. Alright, so have I got this deep enough? Is that the same as the one over there? I think it probably is. So yeah, what we might have is our smelter in one of them, like a smelter and anvil in one side, and then all the workbenches in the other. But I mean, quite a lot of running to and fro across the courtyard. These are only going to be 1-story buildings, yeah. And at the level of our land, the level of our floor is actually going to be the same level as the drawbridge, funnily enough. So this is very low level plans at the moment, but we kind of got it drawn out now, and that's the basis of it. But as I say, what I might do actually, for fancy, on the front of our keep, to make it look even more castellated, we've got, that's kind of 4, isn't it? How big should we do that? Oh, it's just for fancy. So, yeah, I think probably about 4 blocks across, and then maybe 5, maybe. And then maybe what we'll do is just inset that a little bit. So 5, and then there. And maybe we'll do that just to kind of, let's just see what that looks like if we do that. And we're kind of trying to imagine what the walls are going to look like when they're higher here. Okay, those corners may be big enough, but they may not be. I'm not sure. What we probably need to do at this point is get a higher perspective on this thing. So we'll go to the top of this handily placed hill, which is kind of in our way, but at the same time will enable us to get a better viewpoint on our castle so far. There we go, and we can see more or less what we're dealing with now, and it's nice and symmetrical. And I still haven't fixed the water. It looked fine when I looked. And yeah, we can see where our towers are going to be. We can see where our outbuildings are going to be. I think they're symmetrical. I will check. And you can see the keep as well. And the keep's going to be several stories high. The perimeter wall is going to be like a couple of stories high maybe. And then the buildings on the inside, the smithy and what have you, which would be the stables if we had such a thing as horses, would be, yeah, just probably the 1-story high with sloping roofs. So it's taking shape. So we're going to leave this episode here, guys, and in the next episode we're going to get on with our smithy and forge, because that's going to be the most important thing for us to be able to carry on with crafting, because we're going to need to smelt some iron down and in order to make our drawbridge, and I want to get the gatehouse and the drawbridge done as soon as possible after that, so we know that we've got the drawbridge right. We don't need to expand the walls or contract them or anything like that. So let me know what you think of the castle so far. If you like this video, hit the like button. Feel free to leave any comments or suggestions. Hints and tips also gratefully received. I hope you'll join me for the next episode. I need to eat before I die, and until I see you next time, keep gaming, stay happy, and bye bye for now.